students, myself Dr. RPS Chauhan, Professor and Head, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at IMS Engineering College, Ghaziabad, affiliated to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow. I am here to take the lecture of the subject microprocessor and microcontroller. Today in my lecture, I am going to discuss pin diagram of 8085 microprocessor. The 8085 microprocessor is 40 pin IC. It is in the form of integrated circuit. So, this is the pin diagram of 8085 microprocessor. It consists 40 pin and it is each pin of microprocessor is dedicated for a particular operation. So, let us start discussing this pin one by one. So, pin number 1 and pin number 2 are used to connect the crystal oscillator. Each microprocessor required clock input frequency as a input frequency. On the basis of this clock input frequency, microprocessor will perform each and every operation, or we can say that it will execute the instruction on the basis of this clock input frequency. So, here we need to connect crystal oscillator. The crystal oscillator is about 6 megahertz clock frequency is connected at pin number 1 and pin number 2 of microprocessor. The internal circuitry of microprocessor is consisting the LC and RC circuit, which divide this clock input frequency of crystal by 2. The resulting frequency is 3 megahertz. This 3 megahertz clock input frequency is used for the operation of microprocessor. Higher will be the frequency of microprocessor, higher will be the speed of the operation. So, if the frequency clock input frequency is higher, the processor will be more faster, because it is directly related with the clock input frequency. To reset the peripheral device which is connected with the microprocessor, the pin number 3 is dedicated to provide reset out signal for the peripheral device. To control 1 bit serial communication, microprocessor will have pin number 4 and pin number 5. Pin number 4 is used for serial output data, pin number 5 is used for serial input data. With the help of this 2 pin, microprocessor will perform 1 bit serial communication bit by bit with the help of serial input output control unit. In 8085 microprocessor, we have 5 hardware interrupts. So, pins are dedicated, that is from pin number 6 to pin number 10. These pins are used for the external hardware interrupts. Each particular pin is dedicated for the particular hardware. So, in 8085 microprocessor, we have 5 hardware interrupts. These interrupts are trap. Pin number 6 is dedicated for this trap interrupt, and RST 7.5, RST 6.5, RST 5.5 and INTR. So, the respective pins are dedicated for this each interrupt, and these pins will receive the interrupt request from the hardware circuitry, that is called the external hardware circuit, to provide the interrupt request signal. In addition to these interrupt signal, microprocessor will generate active low interrupt acknowledge signal. So, this active low interrupt acknowledge signal is generated with the help of pin number 11 of 8085 microprocessor. In 8085 microprocessor, the low order address bus A0 to A7 and the 8 bit data bus, that is D0 to D7, are multiplexed, time multiplexed. The time multiplex means the pins are combined for address, low order address bus and the data bus, means same pins are used for low order address, that is A0 to A7 and the 8 bit data, that is D0 to D7. In order to reduce the pins of 8085 microprocessor, these address bus, low order address bus and data bus are combined or multiplexed. Pin number 20 is dedicated for the ground pin. So, here the ground is connected to pin number 20 of 8085 microprocessor. Pin number 21 to 28 are used for the high order address bus. So, in 8085 microprocessor, the high order address bus is designated by A8 to A15. So, the address lines A8 to A15s are connected to the pin number 21 to 28. In order to provide the various status of operation in 8085 microprocessor, we have the status signal, that is S0, S1, and these status signal along with the input output or memory signal will give the status of information performed by the microprocessor during the execution of instruction. So, these operations are opcode fetch operation, memory read operation, memory write operation, input output read operation, input output write operation, bus idle operation, interrupt acknowledge operation, halt operation, hold operation. So, these status of operation is given by the status signals of 8085 microprocessor. To perform read and write operation, microprocessor will generate read and write active low control signals. So, pin number 31 and pin number 30 are used for the pin number 31 and pin number 32, sorry, pin number 31 and pin number 32 are used for read and write control signals, and pin number 30 is used for address latch enable signal. So, ALE is nothing but address latch enable signal. So, this is the active high signal generated during the T1 T state of microprocessor. So, whenever the microprocessor will generate active high ALE signal, it will demultiplex the address bus and data bus. So, let us see how the demultiplexing takes place. So, the 8085 microprocessor, and here latch is there. So, this microprocessor will generate ALE signal. So, this ALE signal will enable this latch, and so, this way the demultiplexing takes place. See here. So, this is the latch. This latch is enabled with the help of ALE signal. So, microprocessor will generate active high ALE signal during the T1 T state of the machine cycle. During the execution of instruction, it will enable this latch, and once the latch is enabled, it will passes the information from input to output. So, during the T1 T state, the address line, that is the 12 to 19 are used to carry the low order address, and after T1 T state, the same line will used to carry the low order 8-bit data, sorry, 8-bit data. So, with the help of these logic, we can able to demultiplex or differentiate the address bus and data bus. So, this is the purpose of ALE signal, which is nothing but address latch enable signal. It is used to enable the latch, that is IC 74LS373. In order to synchronize the operation of the slower peripheral, microprocessor uses ready signal. So, ready is the input signal to microprocessor. Microprocessor will check the status of ready signal. If the ready signal is low, microprocessor will wait for the peripheral device. When the ready signal is high, then the microprocessor will start communication with the slower peripherals, which is connected with the 8085 microprocessor. To provide the clock signal, microprocessor will generate the clock output signal. So, pin number 37 is used to generate the clock output signal. So, this clock output signal is used by the peripheral device connected with the microprocessor. For DMA control operation, microprocessor uses HOLD and HLDA signals. Pin number 40 is used to connect the plus 5 volt DC supply. So, this is the VCC pin. So, for 8085 microprocessor operation, we required plus 5 volt DC supply. So, DC supply of about plus 5 volt is connected to the VCC pin or pin number 40 of 8085 microprocessor. So, this is the pin diagram of 8085 microprocessor. The 40 pins of the 8085 microprocessor are divided into different groups according to the operation or the function performed by the particular pin of 8085 microprocessor. So, let us see the function block diagram or function pin diagram of 8085 microprocessor. So, this is the function pin diagram of 8085 microprocessor. So, see here all the 40 pins of 8085 microprocessor are divided into different groups. So, the first group is nothing but the serial input output control group. So, this the pins dedicated to perform serial input output control is nothing but SID and SOD pin. Then we have the externally initiated signals. So, these externally initiated signal is the interrupt signals, ready signal, HOLD signal, then reset signal. So, these are the external initiated signal. So, it consists the 5 hardware interrupts, ready signal to check the readiness of the slower peripherals, to perform the DMA related operation, we have the hold signal, reset is in signal to reset the 8085 microprocessor. Then the externally signal acknowledge. So, here in response to the hardware interrupt, microprocessor will generate interrupt acknowledge signals, and in response to HOLD signal, microprocessor will generate HLDA hold acknowledge signal. So, these are the external signal acknowledge for the purpose of acknowledgement of the device which are connected with the 8085 microprocessor. In order to these signals, the pins are classified into the control and status group. So, the control signals are used to control the operation of microprocessor. The control signals are the memory read signal, memory write signal, input output read signal, input output write signal. So, these signals can be generated with the help of the read and write control signal of microprocessor and input output memory signal. The status signal, that is S0 and S1, along with input output memory, will give the status of the information or the operation performed by the microprocessor. The address and latch enable signal used to latch the address, low order address, or we can say that it is used to enable the latch. So, we can differentiate or demultiplex the address bus and data bus during the execution of the instruction. In 8085 microprocessor, we have the 16-bit address bus. So, 16-bit address bus are divided into two parts, low order address bus and high order address bus. So, high order address bus is from pin number 21 to 28. So, these pins are used to carry the high order address. In addition to these, the low order address bus is time multiplexed with the data bus, that is the pin number 12 to pin number 19. So, accordingly the function of these group, the pins of the microprocessor are divided into different groups. The pin number 1 and pin number 2 are used to connect the crystal oscillator about 6 megahertz clock frequency, and this clock frequency is divided internally by 2. So, the resulting frequency is 3 megahertz, which is used by the microprocessor for its operation. Pin number 40 is used to connect the plus 5 volt DC. This is used for VCC, and pin number 20 is for ground pin. So, this is the functional pin diagram of 8085 microprocessor. The pin 8085 microprocessor pin diagram, as discussed, is divided into different groups, 6 different groups, that is the address bus, data bus, status and control signal, externally initiated signal, serial input output control signal, external acknowledge signals, power supply and clock signals. So, these are the various groups in which the pins of 8085 microprocessor are divided into different groups. It requires plus 5 volt DC supply for its operation, and the clock input frequency is about 3 megahertz. Now, see the address bus and data bus. So, here in 8085 microprocessor we have 16-bit address bus. So, these bus are designated from A0 to A15. So, the address bus, which is 16-bit, is divided into two groups, that is low order address bus and high order address bus. But to reduce the number of pin of 8085 microprocessor, the low order address bus A0 to A7 are time multiplexed with the data bus. So, see here in this particular figure. So, the address bus is right from D0 to D15. So, these are nothing but the 16-bit address. So, this is divided into two parts, low order address bus designated from A0 to A7, it is designated by A0 to A7, and the high order address bus is designated by A8 to A15. But this low order address bus is time multiplexed with the data bus, that is D0 to D7. So, the address bus is used to carry the 16-bit address. So, first we need to demultiplex the multiplexed address and data bus. So, this demultiplexing takes place with the help of latch and with the help of ALE signal. So, microprocessor will generate ALE signal, it will enable the latch. So, latch will demultiplex the address and data bus. In 8085 microprocessor we have 8-bit data bus. So, data bus of 8085 microprocessor is 8-bit. This 8-bit data bus is used to carry the 8-bit data during the execution of instruction or when the microprocessor will execute the program. So, this 8-bit data bus is designated by D0 to D7. So, this bus is used to carry the 8-bit data. The status signal, that is S0, S1 along with input output or memory signals used to identify the various operation like opcode fetch operation, memory read, memory write, input output read, input output write, interrupt acknowledge and halt operation, and these operation can be represented in the form of table. So, with the help of this table we can easily understand how this status signal will give the information about the operation performed by the microprocessor. So, let us see the status of this signal. So, here input, output or memory, this pin is used for dual purpose. For memory related operation, the status on this particular pin is logic 0, and for input output related operation, the status on this particular pin is logic 1. So, the first operation is opcode fetch operation. Opcode fetch operation is nothing but the microprocessor will fetch the operation code from the memory and passes to the instruction decoder through instruction register for decoding. So, for opcode fetch operation, the status on this input, output or memory is 0, S1 is 1, S0 is 1. So, processor will perform opcode fetch operation. When the status on this input, output or memory is 0, S1 is 1 and S0 is 0, the microprocessor will perform memory read operation. When the status on this input, output or memory pin is logic 0, S1 is 0, S0 is 1, microprocessor will perform memory write operation. Similarly, for input, output related operation, the status on this particular pin is logic 1. So, here for input, output related operation, the status of input, output or memory is logic 1, S1 is 1, S0 is 0. So, microprocessor will perform input, output read operation. Similarly, if the status on this input, output or memory pin is logic 1, S1 is 0 and S1 is 0, S0 is 1, microprocessor will perform input, output write operation. When the status on input, output memory is logic 1, S1 and S0 both are 1, microprocessor will perform interrupt acknowledge operation, and when the status on input, output memory is 0, S1 is 0, S0 is 0, microprocessor will perform halt operation. So, these are the various status of operation is represented in the form of the table. So, with the help of this table we can easily identify that what are the different operations performed by the microprocessor on the basis of the status of the signal. That is why this signal is called status signals. So, these signals are S0, S1 along with the input, output memory, it will give the status of operation performed by the microprocessor. Now, next is the control signal. So, in 8085 microprocessor we have read and write control signals. These control signals are the active low signals. These signals are used by microprocessor to enable the memory device during the memory read, memory write operation, input output read and input output write operation. Means these signals, control signals are used to enable the peripheral device. So, peripheral devices are memory devices and input output device. To enable the peripheral device we use read and write control signal. Read control signal is used for read operation, write control signal is used for write operation. Memory and input output device related control signals are MEMR bar, MEMW bar. So, these are nothing but the memory read, memory write control signal. IOR bar and IOW bar is nothing but input output read and input output write control signal for input output device are generated by microprocessor with the help of input output memory read write signals and the decoder logics. So, in 8085 microprocessor we have two different logic, that is called the decoder logic. So, with the help of these decoder logic we can able to decode the we can able to generate the control signal related with memory and input output device. So, these signals are memory read, memory write, input output read and input output write. So, let us see how these signals get generated. So, here the decoder logic which is called NAND gate decoder So, here the microprocessor will uses input output or memory, then read control signal, write control signal. With the help of these control signal microprocessor will generate the 4 control signal for memory read and memory write operation, input output read and input output write operation. So, these signals are ME, MR bar, ME, MW bar, IOR and IOW bar. So, these are the 4 signals generated with the help of these 3 signals which is applied to the NAND gate decoder logic. So, here the NAND gate decoder logic circuit is used. When we apply this signals as a input output memory, read control signal, write control signals, with the help of this the microprocessor will generate the 4 control signal, memory read, memory write, input output read and input output write signal. So, this way microprocessor will generate the control signal. So, let us see, it can be shown in the form of this table. So, input output memory read and write signals are used as a input, and the control signal generated by the microprocessor by the combination of these signals and the operation performed by the microprocessor. So, when the input output or memory is 0, read is 0 and write is 1, the control signal generated is MEMR, that is memory read control signal, and the operation is memory read. Similarly, for input output or memory is 0, read is 1, write is 0, this control signal is memory write signal and the operation performed is memory write. Similarly, for input output or memory 1, 0, 1, that is the control signal is input output read and the operation performed by the microprocessor is input output read operation. For the input output write operation, the control signal is input output write signal, the status of the signal is IO oblique M bar is 1, read signal is 1 and write signal is 0. So, this way the microprocessor will generate the control signal. Control signals of 8085 microprocessor are read and write control signal. So, with the help of these control signal, microprocessor will perform the operation between microprocessor, memory and input output devices. The operations are memory read, memory write, input output read and input output write operation. This operation is obtained or generated. The control signals which are generated to perform the operations are the memory read, memory write, input output read and input output write control signals. So, with the help of the control signals, that is read and write and input output memory and the decoder logic circuit, we can able to generate the control signals. So, here input output or memory signals, read bar control signal, write bar control signal, and here the another logic circuit, that is nothing but the 3:8 decoder logic used to generate the control signal, that is memory read, memory write, input output read and input output write. MEMR bar, MEMW bar, input output read, input output write. So, the first decoder logic is nothing but the AND gate decoder logic, and the second decoder logic which is used to generate the MEMR, that is memory read, memory write, input output read, input output write control signals. So, this is nothing but a 3:8 decoder. The IC is 74LS138. With the help of this decoder logic circuit and with the help of the input signal, input output or memory read control signal, write control signal, the memory read, memory write, input output read and input output write control signals are generated by the combination of these signals or the status on this signal. So, accordingly the control signals are generated, and with the help of this control signal, microprocessor will perform the memory read, memory write, input output read and input output write operation. Next is the interrupt signals. So, in 8085 microprocessor we have 5 hardware interrupts. So, for each interrupt we have 5 dedicated pins for the hardware interrupts. So, this pins are used to receive the external hardware interrupt signal. So, this interrupt can be a level trigger or edge trigger. So, accordingly it will access the request of interrupt and it will execute the interrupt service routine. So, microprocessor will serve the request of the interrupt on the basis of the priority. Trap is the non-maskable interrupt having the highest priority among all the interrupts, and RST 7.5, RST 6.5, RST 5.5, INTR are the maskable interrupt. Among this maskable interrupt, RST 7.5 is having the highest priority, then 6.5, then 5.5 and INTR. To reset the microprocessor uses reset in signal. Whenever the appropriate signal is appear on this reset input pin of microprocessor is reset, the content of program counter becomes 00000 H, means program counter will hold this value 0000 H and it will start the execution of program to this starting location. And at the same time during the reset operation, the bus are tri-state or at high impedance state. To reset the peripheral device connected with the microprocessor. So, whenever microprocessor reset, it is essential to reset the peripheral device. So, microprocessor will generate reset out signal to reset the peripheral device connected with the microprocessor. To perform DMA related operation, that is direct memory access operation, microprocessor uses HOLD and HLDA pins. So, the pins are dedicated for HOLD and HLDA signals. DMA stand for direct memory access when two or more devices are connected with the common bus. Common bus means address bus, data bus, and the same control signals are used to directly access the memory. And to prevent the devices from interface with each other, the bus are tri-state. So, buses are at the high impedance state and it will connected to the device which is communicating at that particular instant. So, whenever microprocessor will receive HOLD signal, it indicates that other device requesting the use of system bus, and it will complete the execution of current instruction and release the address bus, data bus, and the control signal for the use of the requesting device. HLDA is acknowledged signal generated by the microprocessor in response to hold signal. After HLDA signal, DMA starts direct transfer of data between memory. So, this is the use of the DMA related signal. The DMA control unit will perform the required operation with the help of HOLD and HLDA signal. HLDA is nothing but the acknowledged signal generated by the microprocessor in response to hold signal. To control the 1-bit serial communication, the serial input output control unit is present in 8085 microprocessor, and the pins are dedicated for the serial input data and serial output data. So, serial input data pin is used to receive 1-bit data serially bit by bit wise, and when the data on this line is loaded into the accumulator bit D7 after the execution of REM instruction, SOD pin is used to transmit the data serially bit by bit wise to external device. The D7 bit of accumulator is outputted to SOD line when the SIM instruction is executed. So, this is the purpose of the SID and SOD pin, to perform 1-bit serial communication with the help of REM and SIM instruction, that is read interrupt mask and set interrupt mask. To synchronize the operation of the slower peripheral with microprocessor, the microprocessor use ready signal as a input. With the status of the ready signal, the microprocessor will decided to communicate with the peripheral device, which is nothing but the slower peripheral device connected with the microprocessor. It will check the readiness of this signal. If the status on this particular pin is logic 0 or low, microprocessor will wait till this signal becomes high. So, with this way microprocessor will wait, and once the signal ready signal is high, then the microprocessor will start communication. So, in order to establish efficient communication with the slower peripherals and microprocessor, ready signal is used by the microprocessor. In 8085 microprocessor, plus 5 volt DC supply is required for its operation. The plus 5 volt DC supply is used to connect the VCC pin, that is pin number 40, and the pin number 20 is used for the ground. The clock input frequency is 3 megahertz for 8085 microprocessor. So, here 6 megahertz clock crystal oscillator of frequency is connected to X1 and X2 pin, X0 and X1 pin of 8085 microprocessor at P1 and pin number 1 and pin number 2. This frequency is divided internally by 2 by the RC and LC circuit, and the resulting frequency is 3 megahertz, which is used by the microprocessor. In order to provide the clock signal, microprocessor will generate the clock output signal to the peripheral device, which is interface with the microprocessor. So, peripheral device are memory device and the input output device. Thank you.